Computer will rule the world.
Well, hello and welcome to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most underproduced, poorly produced Amiga channel. And today I am going to be covering a sensitive topic, and that is, what exactly is the deal with the whole vampire FPGA and the MiSTer versus FSUAE and WinUAE and emulation and simulation. And I know I am going to just stir up all kinds of debate and controversy, and I'm sorry to do that, but one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just fiddle around in Lightwave, all right? The Pi 400 and Amiga system that you can download it's probably one of the best things you can do because it's free. But what if you want to purchase a computer that you can plug in, turn on, and it just simply boots right into Amiga? And when I say simply boots into Amiga, I mean you plug it in, you turn it on, it's not loading Linux and a bunch of kernels and files and scripts, and then loading a software program that says, hi, I'm an Amiga. I'm talking about a computer that you turn on and it begins executing code that is an Amiga. It's the custom chipset. It's the CPU, the graphics, the sound. It's all of those things, right? So you turn on the computer, and I'm sorry to keep repeating myself, but you turn on the computer and it does not execute another operating system. It just turns on and then boots an Amiga. It just becomes an Amiga. That is the core difference between emulation software and what things like the MiSTer and the vampires are accomplishing. That's the difference. That's the difference between the agreed, the sort of agreed terminology is emulation versus simulation. And that's a big difference. That's an important difference, because not having to wait for some other secondary operating system to boot and then load up your code in your software, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, that makes it seem more like. Now, I'm not saying it's the same as a real Amiga, and if you've watched my videos, you know I have many real Amigas and I love my Amigas. But I'm just trying to highlight the fact that that better emulates using the real hardware, because you're not having to wait for some other operating system. If you use WinUAE or FSUAE, you already have to have a host operating system like Microsoft Windows or Mac OS running. And then you have to execute the code to then launch the Amiga. But with these vampires, you simply just turn them on and you are booted. There's no subsystem or anything. It's just you turn on and it's executing code, and the code is not an operating system. It's actually the Amiga hardware. That's pretty cool. And I know there's purists out there that are going to be like, no, it's all BS. It's all emulation. It's all emulation. Well, yeah, it is ultimately emulation, because it's not real hardware. It's not a physical Amiga computer. They have to find other solutions. And as much as people might complain, are so expensive. Oh, they're so expensive. My gosh, that's way too much money. You could buy a used MacBook Air M1 for the cost of a Vampire, a Firebird. Yeah, it's true. It is, and you can do a heck of a lot more with it. And then you could run like FSUAE on it and have your full Amiga. If you're looking for something that you can just turn on and it's an Amiga, that's what those solutions offer. Okay, and those solutions, for the price that they're charging, I don't know if you've looked on eBay lately, by the way, those solutions are far cheaper than buying a real Amiga. I mean, you can think about it that way. Like, I mean, I just looked on eBay in America here. I don't know what it's like in Europe, but there's an Amiga 3000 on eBay right now, and it's completely stock. Okay, it's got like, I think it even has like 2.0 kickstarts on it. It's going for $2,000. $2,000. There's an Amiga 2500. Now, an Amiga 2500 is actually kind of sexy because, you know, the 2000 was made, you know, there's tons of 2000s made. The 2500 was kind of a limited production run because then we got to the 3000 and the 4000. There's a 2500 though on eBay with a video toaster and a GVP 68030 card. And it also is going for $2,000. And these are starting bids, by the way. And they will ultimately sell for that because they do routinely sell for that. So my point is, for someone looking for a turnkey, there's no secondary operating system to boot. It just boots into, it executes the Amiga hardware code and boots Amiga. Paying, you know, the $500 to $700 that they're asking is not that unreasonable. And by the way, it's not just in Amiga. They offer multiple third-party, you know, software solutions on there. You can run the SCUM emulator, so you can play all of the Lucasfilm games. You can, of course, play, you know, Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem if you are into that kind of thing. And I think even now, like Diablo, which I think is kind of hilarious. So there's value there. There is more value. You're not just, you know, you're able to do more with it than just Amiga. So maybe that's a failure of marketing to really highlight the fact that, hey, it's an Amiga, but it's also all of these other things. And let's not forget, if you have the means, you can execute any code you want on it. It's a fully programmable FPGA. So, you know, if you wanted to turn it into the next MCP and have it take over the grid, you could do that, right? So that was the point of this video, to watch me load up various test scenes in Lightwave. And finally, you know, good old Q here at Hold and Modify gets a little Amiga political. And I'm not taking a side. I mean, obviously I have videos featuring Vampire products. They're really cool. I really like them. I love them. To me, they're just like cool new modern Amigas. But there's just so much crap going around about, you know, what they are and what they aren't. I just wanted to talk about it, and I felt I've said all I can about it, and I'm going to feature them in future videos along with my real original Amigas because I love everything Amiga. And in fact, as you've seen in previous videos, I also do emulation on my Windows PC. I love, you know, sharing the software and everything it can do with you. And I find it's easier to do it when I just run the emulator on the PC and do screen captures because it just looks cleaner. And it's easier for me to edit. You know, I have a day job, so I can't just, you know, any shortcuts I can think of to do this helps me to show you all the cool stuff that's out there for the Amiga. And with that, I think I'm done. I think I'm feeling a little fuzzy. I started this video feeling sharp, but now I feel a little fuzzy. Alright, thanks for watching. Look forward to some new videos featuring some new original Amiga stuff that I hinted at in previous posts. Alright, good night.